Hello students, I your history teacher. I will start today with the civics chapter number 3, that is the Union Executive. Now we'll start with the chapter. So introduction. Now students, in the last chapter we had learned about the Union Legislature. Union Legislature means how the laws are being made in the Parliament. Now in this chapter we are going to study about the Union Executive, that is President, Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Let's see the structure of the Union Government. The Union Government means the central government, the government which is at Delhi. The Union Government is made up of the above constituents. You know that the legislature, executive and judiciary are the three organs of the state, and that they work for the welfare and betterment of the people. In the parliamentary system, the executive is a part of the legislature and is responsible to the legislature. When we learned about the executive, it is important for us to understand who are included in executive. What are the constitution provisions related to executive, and what is the process of policy making for public welfare? India's Union Executive comprises of the President, the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. यह यूनियन एग्जीक्यूटिव में प्राइम मिनिस्टर होता है, प्रेसिडेंट होता है जो सबसे मेन होता है, देन प्राइम मिनिस्टर एंड द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स. नाउ फर्दर वी आर गोइंग टू सी अबाउट मोर अबाउट दिस पीपल. We'll see about the president. According to the provision in the Constitution of India, the president is the supreme head of the state. The office of the president has the highest honor and prestige and represents the Republic of India. India को represent करता है president. All the executive power of the state are in the hands of the president by the constitution. The government carry out its function in the name of president, but in reality the prime minister and the council of ministers runs the government. That is why the president is known as the nominal and the constitutional head, and the prime minister is the executive head. The election of the president. How a president is being elected? The president is indirectly elected by the people of India. We don't elect the president. The common people do not vote for the president. He is elected by directly elected representative of the central and the state legislature. The group of these parliamentarians and members of the state legislature is known as the electoral college. The time period of the president is of 5 years. The person contesting the presidential election should be a citizen of India. वो इंडियन का citizen होना चाहिए, कम से कम 35 years का होना चाहिए. And the person elected to the position of the president has to take an oath while accepting the post. According to the oath, the president bears the responsibility of protecting the constitution and ensuring that the government runs as per the constitution. जैसे constitution में लिखा है वैसा ही run करेंगे government को, with the advice of the prime minister and the council of ministers. The responsibility of protecting the constitution is shouldered by the president. But if any act of president violates the constitution or is against the constitution, then the parliament has the authority to remove the president. This process is known as impeachment. Any one house can lay the charge of violation of the constitution, and the investigation of the charge is carried out by the other house. Here we are talking Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The resolution has to be passed by special 2/3 majority of both the houses of the parliament. Now let us see the powers and function of the president. The constitution has entrusted several powers and functions to the president. A few functions are enumerated as follows. First, the president summons the meeting of the parliament, prorogue the session of parliament, send message to both the houses, Dissolve the parliament after the tenure is over or even before the tenure gets over. मतलब 5 साल से पहले भी वो लोग डिसॉल्व कर सकते हैं. बिल पास बाय द लोकसभा एंड राज्यसभा मस्ट बी साइंड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट. और जब तक साइन नहीं होता ये बिल लॉ नहीं बन सकता. The President appoints the Prime Minister and the other ministers on the recommendation on the advice of the Prime Minister. The President appoints the Judge of the Supreme Court and the High Court. The President also appoints the governors of the state, Chief Election Minister and other important officers. The President is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Decisions regarding war and peace are made by the President. The President has some judiciary powers too. For instance, the President has the power to reduce the punishment, grant a respite or commute a sentence of a person in a special circumstances, grant pardons, or reprieves on humanitarian ground. 7. The President has the power to declare emergency. In case of crisis situation arise in the country, there are 3 kinds of emergency which is mentioned in our constitution. The first one is the national emergency and state emergency and financial emergency. In the absence of the president, his functions are carried out by the vice president. The vice president is elected by the members of both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Now students, we can take an example of our school. In our school, we have principal and vice principal. If sometimes the principal is not there, the function of the principal is taken out and carried out by the vice principal. There are many functions and powers of the president that we have seen till now. The rest part about the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers that we will do in the next part of the chapter. Thank you, students.